The Nebraska football team wrapped up a 2-hour practice here on Tuesday, and we caught up with defensive coordinator Bob Diaco, assistant coaches, and players. And one of the questions heading into Saturday's contest against Northern Illinois is the two-quarterback system the Huskies have used in their first two games.
Yeah, they're actually very similar guys. They're similar physically. They're about the same height, about the same weight. The offense doesn't seem to change at all based on one or the other. They both run that offense and manage it really well. They both played a year ago, so it's really more of the same. The starter that played against Eastern Illinois started and played in their last regular season game in 2016. So they both played a bunch of football, and the offense is virtually the same.
They're both good quarterbacks. They run the offense well. They do, they don't really change the offense for one or the other. They're going to do what they do. They're going to get into 11. They're going to get into 12. They're going to get into 10. They're going to have motions and shifts and all that. And so we got to be ready for all that. And whichever quarterback we see, we're going to get their full gamut of offense.
And after a lack of a pass rush from Diaco's 3-4 defense in the first two games, Diaco says it's still a work in progress.
Defending in 17 is very different than defending even just in recent history because of the change in rule where the offensive lineman can run off the line of scrimmage. So a lot of the plays look like runs. So it's not like you're into a pass rush mode until the critical situation elicits, a third down and long or an end of game. And that's to me one of the real points and takeaways from the last game. Right away you got a 3rd down and 8, score. 3rd down and 8, score. 3rd down and 17 on play 30-something, converted, set up a score, tipped, and it fell into the other guy's hands. So I mean, even with all the other stuff, there's opportunities there to get off the field, even outside of field goal range, and we got to capitalize on those moments.
But even with the poor numbers so far, safety Aaron Williams is still confident in the defense as a group.
I have a sense. I know our fundamentals and I know our principles as a defense as a whole. I just feel like at times in games it's just some stuff swings our way, some stuff don't. But as a group, we don't let it affect our play because we always fall back to our principle that we go over and work on in practice every day. And just as a group, we just learning each other more. And just when times get tough, we just have to fall back to those and play.
Switching over to special teams, there's been some talk after Saturday's game that maybe DeMornay Pearsonell should be a bit more aggressive on punt returns and not calling for a fair catch. But safeties/special teams coach Scott Booker says otherwise.
DeMornay has done a great job for the University of Nebraska before I've been here. So, there are going to be plays where everybody looks at and, man, we wish we had that back, we wish we had this back. But I have the ultimate confidence in DeMornay that he's going to make the right decision for us and he's going to make the correct play. Because sometimes the correct play is to call a fair catch or to make a Peter call. So, again, I have the utmost confidence that he's going to make the right play.
There's also been a lot of talk this week about getting true freshman running back Jalen Bradley involved on special teams this week.
Yeah, again, I'm going to leave all personnel stuff to coach, but I know that, Jalen has been involved with us since the beginning. Jalen's a guy that has a lot of talent. He played running back, but yet he's a physical kid that can tackle. And so, again, personnel decisions with all that I'm going to leave to coach. But that being said, Jalen has been a part of our special teams from August. And, if we need him to go in there, I know we'll go in there and do a good job.
And finally, on offense, quarterback Tanner Lee looks to bounce back after throwing 4 picks last week at Oregon.
I mean, there's throws in every game. You wish you could have back, but the truth of it is you can't get it back. You got to forget about it and move on, and learn from it and don't let it happen again. And just figuring out ways to make throws like that, and so that's something I'm focusing on right now.
Tanner, he's a great quarterback, and I'd say he's one of the best in the country. So him having a bad game, some things that just didn't go right, half that you can't blame on Tanner. If you're somebody that actually knows football, you can't blame some of those interceptions, just some of the stuff that went down in that game. Again, the O-line will take a piece of that, and I would say the rest of the offense will take pieces So just don't put it all on Tanner's back for that.
Once again, running back Trey Bryant, offensive tackle David Neville, and safety Josh Kalu sat out Tuesday's practice, while safeties Aaron Williams and Antonio Reed were wearing green no-contact jerseys, with Reed wearing a cast on his hand. Reporting with the Nebraska football team here in Lincoln, I'm Greg Peterson for HuskerOnline.com.